அட்டகாசமான அரசியல்வாதியாக அதிரடி பயிற்சி பட்டறை பியூர் பாலிடிக்ஸ். அடுத்த வகுப்புகள் விரைவில் ஆரம்பம். தொடர்புக்கு 7388242442.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman. Thank you for giving this opportunity. The Supreme Court number aimed to increase the sanctioned strength of Supreme Court judges from 33 to 37, bringing the total maximum strength from 34 to 38. Though we support this increase of Supreme Court judges' strength, we also emphasize to follow a fair and equitable share in judicial system. The value of litigation of cases in the Supreme Court of India has constantly been on the rise due to the persistent gap between the institution and the final disposal of cases in the court. As on January 1st, 2026, there were 92,101 cases pending in the Supreme Court, even while working at near full sanctioned capacity of 34 judges since 2019. The Supreme Court recorded institution of 75,410 fresh matters in 2025 against a disposal of 65,615. Sir, there has been a persistent gap between the institution and the final disposal of cases, which highlights the ongoing challenges of the managing the docket, particularly in relation to the older pending cases and those necessitating the attention and the adjudication by larger benches. The increase of judge strength of the court is one of the most exigent and viable solutions for tackling the pending backlog of the cases in the Supreme Court. Sir, in independence of the judiciary is a constitutional vision that has been incorporated in the Constitution of India. Sir, unfortunately, a single dominant caste holds a large majority of positions in the India's higher judiciary, including the Supreme Court and High Courts. Government data and independent studies show that roughly 76% to 80% of the High Court judges appointed in recent years belong to upper caste general categories, while marginalized groups like scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes remain severely unrepresented. Sir, according to data presented in the Parliament by Union Law Ministry, nearly 79% to 80% of judges appointed to High Courts between 2021 and early 2026 came from upper caste backgrounds. Out of the 33 judges, 12 are from one particular community, which is only 3% of the India's population. Low marginalized representation. Out of hundreds of appointments made in the recent years, only a teeny fraction went to SC, ST and OBC candidates combined. Sir, representation for scheduled tribes and women remains exceptionally low and entirely absent at various points in the upper court of history. Sir, the collegium system, the judges are chosen by a closed group of senior judges known as a collegium, which critics argue lacks the transparent diversity criteria and relies heavily on informal networks. Sir, several judges also acknowledged that the nepotism was still plaguing the Indian judiciary, but insisted that the more first generation lawyers or judges are coming up. Sir, case pending in India has reached record levels, with over 96,000 cases pending in the Supreme Court and millions more across the High Court, driven by the severe judges. Vacancies. Sir, nominating or appointing retired judges to political or quasi-judicial posts such as tribunals or parliament raises concerns about the compromising judicial independence during the active tenure. Sir, in Tamil Nadu, Dr. Kalaignar M. Karunanidhi championed social justice by advancing inclusive representation, enabling the historic elevation of marginalized jurists to high courts, and legally defending the state-level reservation quotas against the judicial challenges. Dr. Kalaignar M. Karunanidhi instrumental in the supporting and facilitating the rise of jurists from suppressed communities through the ranks, actively enabling the elevation of district judge, Mr. Varadarajan, to the Madras High Court, making him the first scheduled caste High Court judge in the country. Sir, a path that the latter led to his appointment as the first Supreme Court judge of the Supreme Court inclusive judiciary. His political and administrative support consistently pushed for the institutional space and representation for the Adi Dravidas and backward classes inside the formal legal and judicial machinery. Sir, Dr. Kalainar himself has acknowledged that he hailed from a socially background, extremely oppressed community with no claim and any honor. Economically too, he belonged to a family with no affluence. He always remembered all this, which acted as a motivating force through his career. As a politician, a man of letters and a valiant fighter for the social justice. Thank you, sir.